a bell sleeve. I'm right now in my workroom, so I'm going to go ahead and share with you how to make a bell sleeve. So I'm going to go ahead and switch this camera so that you can see the whole process I took in making this. So let's delve right into it at once. So now this is the blouse. The blouse we will be cutting the bell sleeve for. I'm almost done with this blouse, but I want to make a bell sleeve for it. The blouse is already a cold shoulder blouse. Please, I have to state at this point that I'm going to focus on the live, and I may not be seeing your chat, but right after this live, I'm going to look at your chats and respond where necessary. Okay, so this is the blouse that I'll be attaching sleeve to. The blouse that you can see on the table. I'm going to go ahead right now and show you one or two things that you will need to know on this blouse. So for this blouse, you can see what I have here. So what I have here is a blouse that I've already finished making, but you will see that here is rough. That is where the bell sleeve is supposed to be attached. I'm going to bring out on my other phone so that you see the style that we want to make. Let me show you the style. Let me show you what we are about to make. I'm with you. So I'm going to show you what I'm about to make. So here's the blouse that I am making. This blouse here is what I'm making. You can see that I'm already done with the blouse, the neckline and everything. You can see that I'm already done. It's just remaining the zipper and the sleeve. So this is the sleeve we'll be cutting. So if this is what you're interested in knowing how to do it, then you have to stay till the end of this video. So this is the sleeve we will be cutting in this tutorial. This is a bell sleeve with cold shoulder. You can see that it has a cold shoulder. This is exactly the top, the blouse that I made here. So this is the blouse, the sleeve I'll be drafting. So come with me as I show you how to do this. So having shown you that, I'm going to go ahead and measure here because that is very important for our tutorial. So what I got here, I'm not measuring, I will comfortably say it is 4.5. So 4.5 is what I have here. So that means times 2 because it's the same for front and back. Times 2 of it is 9. So I definitely need this 4.5. I'm going to lift this and show you the next step. So this is a sleeve pattern that I usually use when I want to make my sleeves, right? It's like a master pattern. So if the client's sleeve is bigger than this, I'll just slightly alter it. So now 4.5 brought us to around this level of the sleeve. That means our cold shoulder is supposed to cut off from here because this is the exact biceps of the clients I'm making this for. These are exact biceps. So just in case you're wondering what the biceps is measuring round here. Let me show you. When you measure round here, round the hand like this is your biceps. Whatever you get when you measure around your hand here, the fullest part of your arm, you add 2 inches to it. That is what gives you what you use and draft this part of the sleeve. But for those that do not know how to draft a basic sleeve, I'm going to make a basic sleeve now so that you will learn how it is drafted. Let me clear my table a bit. Sorry, I have 1 or 2 things here because I filmed tutorial here. So now I'm going to get a paper. So So these are plain paper. So for those that do not know how to draft a basic sleeve, I'm going to start this tutorial with a basic sleeve. I hope this makes sense. So I'm going to start this with a basic sleeve pattern. So watch closely and see every bit of what I am doing. I'm with you, I'm with you. Let me make it bolder with a marker pen. Okay guys. So to do this, what we are going to do first is to mark from the starting point. I'm going to use this as the cap point. So just mark the level of your biceps. So the level of my bicep for my clients is 5. Just go ahead and mark 5. Okay? Mark 5. And roll a horizontal line there. So I'll call this biceps. Okay? Now let's stick to mark the length of your sleeve. The length of that sleeve should be around 22, 23. I'll look at it again to be sure of the length. Okay? So but what I marked here is 23. Some sleeves look really wide. So I'll write it SL, which is sleeve length. I hope this makes sense. So I'm going to go ahead and take other measurements right now. So now I'm going to go ahead and take other measurements. So on this line for my clients is 14. So I'm going to go ahead and mark 14. My line is not up to that 14, so I'm going to just go ahead and, okay? So that is the 14. That's 7. So it's 14 again, and I'm marking 7. So I mark 7 here, I mark 7 there. It's quite easy, trust me. Okay, so just go ahead and connect the 2 points. Okay, so you can see. So this is what I have for the lower part. So the next thing I'm going to do is just to place my ruler like this and do this. So once I do it, I'll go ahead and measure here. Whatever I give you, you're going to divide it by 4. So what I have here is 8, almost 8 3/4. Okay, so it means that each of these lines will be about this. Call it 2. It's not really up to 2/8. 1/8 and the middle of it. Okay, 1/8 and the middle of it. So what I simply did, that is it, 1/8. So now I'm going to mark this 3/4, and I'm going to mark this 3/8, and I'm going to mark here half. So that is how to do it. Now the next thing to do, you can use your armhole curve rule to do this, but I feel like I can use my free hand. Just connect those points, go here and connect like this. So this is your basic sleeve. This is our basic sleeve. Now what next I'm going to do is to go ahead and cut it out. There are many ways to do this. You can slash and spread. You can also do any other thing you want to do with it. So I think I want to slash and spread this, or better still, if I don't want to slash and spread it, I'll just go ahead and add an excess here. It's still the same thing. So but before then, you have to see what a basic sleeve looks like. So I'm going to cut this one out. Watch closely. So look at it. So a basic sleeve is quite easy to, make, just as you can see. It's quite easy. So I did not taper the sleeve or anything. I just took the same measurements I have on the bicep, straight up, down. But of course, if you're making a fitted sleeve, you're definitely going to taper it. Like, let's say that you're making a fitted sleeve that will be fitted on your hand like this. Is in order to measure your around hand here. Whatever it gives you, mine is about 9.5. So what you do is just to mark 9.5 here and then connect it straight up. As I have 9.5, just go ahead and smoothen it upwards. Okay, so that is it. Just join it like this. But that is not what I want. I'm making a bell sleeve, so there is no need for that. So now I'm going to look at my design again. So you can see our design. So you can agree with me that this sleeve is actually a bit longer than the wrist. It's like 2 inches longer than the wrist level, like 2 inches or 1 inch longer, 1.5 inches longer than the wrist level. So it's around here. So because of that, what you do is you measure from your shoulder tip. I don't know if you can see my hand here. This is my shoulder tip. So you're going to measure from your shoulder tip to the length of your sleeve. So let me just go ahead and take up that measurement. So I think the length we have is okay. The 23 is just perfect for me. Just go ahead and measure your clients. What I have here is 23. So the 23 is just perfect for what we want to do. So remember this measurement we took on this blouse here. We got 4.5, right? Now this is when you're going to know how to use that measurement, okay? So what I will do now is to come here and measure that 4.5. I'll come here and measure the 4.5. So go ahead and measure it, and this is where it landed us. So when it lands you there, do well to just rule a straight line. Okay, do well to rule a straight line. See, I'm trying to keep this sleeve on a straight line with what is on my board, and also a straight line with this, so that you know that your target is this line. Can you see this particular line? So these are straight lines. So that's the cold shoulder. This lace is the cold shoulder that will be going off like this. So we don't need here anymore. I'll trash it. So the next thing I'm going to do is to go ahead and cut out the sleeve to show you how the bell sleeve is cut. So to show you how the bell sleeve is cut. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use the method of slashing and spreading, right? So I may use just one line. You can go ahead and use 2 lines if that is what you're okay with. So I just want to spread it a little, just a little, because the fullness is not too much. So let's just spread a little. So let's just spread a little. Okay. I'm just using 2 slash lines here. Let me bring my paper scissors. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut. So this is how you're going to do. Okay. So there are 2 ways to do it, depending on what you want to achieve. So let me show you the 2 methods for getting your bell sleeves. So this is method 1, and this is my lace, the lace I'll be using. Let me keep this pattern and fold my lace. So I'm going to fold it once. And fold it again. So this is one time folding. I hope you can see what I am doing. I'm just trying to arrange this really well. And then fold again. Fold once and fold again. So you can see. So the 2 methods, I'm going to illustrate it now. So this pattern, you're just going to spread it a little so you can see what I have. So this is one of the methods. Once you cut this out now, you have your bell sleeve perfectly cut. You have your bell sleeve perfectly cut. So yeah, that's the first method of drafting your bell sleeve. So there are 2 ways to do that, and this is one of the ways. Another way to do this is to just keep your pattern together. Can you see that? Then you use your tape. Measure here. This place gave us 18. Just switch to where you want your bell sleeve to get to, and that is 18. You just mark there, and from there you connect down to where you want it, and then cut your sleeve like this. It's the same thing. So now watch why I said it's the same thing. The only difference is that there is a little freeness that will be here when you spread this. Here will be a little free. It will not happen in this very pattern. So if you want this place to be fitted, very fitted, while here is like this, you have to take this method. But if you want it to look like here has a little fullness as well, and it flares up to the end, you will use this method. Now I'm going to look at that style again. I'm going to look at it again so that you look with me. Let's see if it has fullness on the sleeve. So if you watch this style, for me, I don't think it has that fullness on the sleeve like that. Okay, even this bell sleeve is looking like it's a bit fitted to the point before flailing out. I don't know if I'm making sense. It's looking like it's a bit fitted on the body of the dress a bit. So the bottom line is, do not fish it out so much. Don't fish it out so much. So let's go ahead and do this. I think I'll use the first method So I think I'll open it up a little like this, just a little. I think it will work. It's not really opening up here so much. There's nothing wrong with it. So let's use this method.
I focus on my own journey. I just want to be the
Okay,
best version
so
of
let's
myself.
go ahead and do. So now, having done this, I'm going to go ahead and cut with 1-inch seam allowance. So watch how I'm cutting this. So now watch. Okay, so from here, okay, you can see what we have. I'm just going to add 1 inch here. That is ideal. Okay. So guys, you can see what I have. So this is how to cut your bell sleeve. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this as well, because this is what I'll be using to turn it up. I explained in the night that I have a scarf. The scarf is really not the exact color of this. So this is the scarf. So you can see that the scarf has a little of lemon mix. So if I make this blouse with the exact blind without tweaking 1 or 2 things, it's not going to come out this color, because this is reflecting lemon. So what I did was to get this lemon net. Okay, with this lemon net, the whole thing now blended with the blouse color. So I'm going to show you. So I'm going to fold this lemon net exactly the way I folded the lace to cut. I'm going to fold once and fold. Let me turn it. I've folded once. So I'm going to fold the second time. Okay. Just fold the second time like this. So this is what I have. I'm just going to go ahead so I'm going to cut 2 of this. So after cutting, I'll show you so that you see how it blends. My scissors. Sorry about the background noise. The bike is passing. Sorry about that. So now I'll finish cutting. So you can see what we have so far. So that is what I'm going to be using just a layer of this is fine. So watch closely to see. I'm going to show you how much it blends with the lace. So I'm going to place it like this. So this is what we have. So I'm going to show you, just take a look. You can see how close it is with the scarf in color right now, unlike when I was holding only the blouse. So that is why I'm blending it like this. So yeah, having done that, I'm going to keep this separately. So what you can do now is to either join it all together and turn here like a bias and turn here like a bias using the tip of the lace we cut now. We have a net. We can use this to turn the tip here and turn here. So another option as regards stitching is to place it like this and then go ahead place it like this. Okay, so you close up here and close up here. Another way is to close up here. When you close up here, you notch and top stitch and then come back and just close up here and use your steam iron to iron using your ironing cloth. So important, using your ironing cloth. Thanks for joining this live. Thanks guys. I'm trying to see who is here. So you can see what I am doing on this live is simply the bell sleeve tutorial, how to cut your bell sleeve. So I've been on this live for a while now, just in case you are just joining. I explain you can restream and watch the whole process. So what I'm explaining here is how to cut your bell sleeve using the basic sleeve. Yes, the basic sleeve pattern. I illustrated two ways that you can cut your bell sleeve. You can rewatch the video and see everything that is there because a lot has been done already. So I'm going to go ahead and join this sleeve and I will show you the whole thing as I join through. If you have any questions, you can ask. Because I'm busy doing one or two things, I will not be able to respond to your chat, but after this live I will look at my chat just in case you have questions. Okay, so let me go ahead and stitch here, stitch it all together. I'm going to join this together, then I will turn it off. I think that's a better method. I'm going to join this two together. I'm going to put on the machine now and join it together all through. I'll do the same thing for the second sleeve before turning it up. So let me go ahead and do that. I am with you. So this is the second sleeve. Let me go ahead and bond this together, then I'll show you. I'm still with you, please. I'm still with you. I know you have seen some a notice for the corset drafting that I will do by 8 p.m. today. Today by 8 p.m. I will be doing a corset drafting class. Please do well to be part of that class. Do well to be part of that class. I don't know, moving this, I would have taken you to the sewing bay, but moving this tripod may make me not to be able to focus this really quickly, or do I take you to the sewing bay? Okay, let me just quickly stitch this, but I'm with you. There will be a pattern drafting today on corset, Victorian conical corset, yes, by 8 p.m. Please note the time and be part of that live. I posted it on the community. Please be part of that live. You will learn a lot. It will be a pattern drafting session, and trust me when I say you will learn a whole lot. So let me just move my tripod to the sewing bay. I hope it doesn't distort this video. Let me just leave it and stitch. I'm with you. This is my first proper live. I did live in the night, but that was like a test run. So this one is loaded. Do well to watch through the video to see everything I did. So instead of keeping you just like that, let me bring you to the sewing bay. If you are enjoying this live, please give me a thumbs up. Let me know you are there. Okay, this is the sewing bay. I think it's fine. Just be part of the sewing. So sew with me. So you can see the foot I'm using for this. This foot is actually a foot for stitching beads, right? And it's so good. Do well to get it if you don't have it already. Do well to get it. It helps sewing beads to be quite easy. You can see that I did not trim off any part of those beads. I didn't trim off any part of it, and I'm seeing it. I'm sewing it seamlessly. You can see it sews through beads. Very easy. Very, very easy. So, but the only thing that it has practice on how to use it, right? So what I mean by practice is, if you are starting sewing with beads like this, it will not go smoothly. So if you have a heavily beaded fabric, like when I was sewing the heavily beaded part of this fabric, I will always put a little fabric at the beginning like this. I'll put it, let me just show you. Maybe I'll cut a little fabric. Let me show you what to do, because that's what you might encounter with it. Assuming that this one is heavily beaded, you just need to put this like this and start sewing on this. And as you're sewing, as it's going, you just, so that way it will fit itself on the beads and, continue sewing from there. But if you don't do it like that, it's not going to be as easy as, okay? So it's going to start hitting the beads, and you don't want that. So having sewn this side, I'm going to go ahead and sew this other side. So once I finish sewing this, I'm going to attach the sleeve. I don't know if I can finish this sleeve on this slide, because it's already time for me to pick my children from school. So that means I'll be going off soon because of that. So, but I've done the most important part. Seriously, I've done the very, very, very important part. I know you can attach this one. So I've done the most important part of this tutorial. So this is me trying to just, you can see how it's sewing through the beads without any stress. Like, make sure that your net is matched with your lace. So if you are not sure it's matched, please do well to pin it down before sewing. So you can see what I have. I'm going to turn it to stitch this part. My leaves are falling on the ground. So this is just how you're going to stitch around it. Then the next thing is to pipe the cold shoulder area and of course the hem. I hope this makes sense. Please pardon the sound. I don't know the big vehicle that is passing my street right now. Please pardon the sound. You see, I don't want this to rest on the bead, because once it rests on the bead, you see what it's trying to do, because it rested on the bead somehow. So that's just the challenge with it. But if you can make it not to start with a bead, I'm going to take care of that. You can see how this thing is stitched in between the beads and all, and everything is good. So as you are sewing, do well to be cutting. Do well to be trimming. So you can see I'm going to just go ahead and finish up, see if I can finish up one. So the next step is just to go ahead and hem the hem of this cloth, and of course I'm thinking if the pieces from this lace is the best to hem with, or the lemon green next. But what mine is telling me that the pieces from this lace, what I'm saying is I don't know whether I should hem with this. Like I want to turn up this and also turn up here. But what I don't know is if I should use this to turn it. But if I use this to turn it, it's going to make it to be too lemony. So I don't want that. All I did was to try to match the lace with this. So I'm going to use this net from the lace. So I'm not going to go back to the cutting bay. You see why I didn't want to bring this camera to this sewing bay. Apparently it's going to make me to be moving up and down. But no problem. So that the video will not be boring, I have to just go ahead and hello to those on this live. I appreciate you all. Thanks for joining my live. Because I'm actually busy, I cannot even look at the names to know who is there, but I really appreciate you. Thank you. We are supposed to measure this actually. It's supposed to be about 1.5 inches, which I think is what it is. Please don't be this careless. Okay, let's measure. It's actually 1.5 because that's what I have in mind. You see, it's actually 1.5. So let me continue. Don't be this careless. Measure. So it's supposed to be 1.5, so that it will give you the perfect width of what you want, right? So I'm going to just go ahead and cut this out. So I'll use this one I cut out to cut out another one. Please get these foods for your beaded fabrics. It's so good. It makes your work easy. It makes your work fast. It makes your work neat. Like after stitching your place, you'll be just happy with yourself and just love the outcome of what you have done. I hope you understand. I don't know. This table is not the best for cutting, but I have to manage because I can't start carrying this tripod up and down again. So yeah, this is it. So yeah, I'm done. So what I'm going to do now is to hem. Let me just go ahead and hem it so that you see what to do. So you see again how this beaded, you see. So I showed in this video why I am putting this lemon color net on this, not just to make the sleeve to be tougher, but also to give me the color that matches exactly with the scarf. I hope you understand, because the scarf is not exactly so I'm going to just go ahead and stitch on here. So I should to join the live by 8 p.m. today. I'll be teaching you how to draft a Victorian conical corset. Yes, Victorian conical corset. So a corset that is both Victorian corset and conical. You know, a lot of people are draft Victorian corset like a bustier. Victorian corset is not a bustier. So I will correct that mistake in today's life, right? So a Victorian corset is not a bustier, it's different from a strapless bustier, which is what a lot of people do while drafting Victorian corset. So if you want to see the whole process of doing that, ensure to join the live. Sorry, I'm just putting the piece in my waist beam. Ensure to join the live today by 8 p.m. I'm just looking at it to be sure that it is coming out neat. So this is how to turn it off. You see how I'm not even minding the stones. So that's how nice this is. How I'm not minding the stone. Just ensure at the beginning that you are not starting with a stone. I've illustrated how you can start with a fabric. So this is how I'm going to go ahead and head off. This is nice. It's coming out nice. It's okay. You see how this thing is stitching through the stones, like the stones don't matter. Like it's treating the stones like nothing. With this, you don't have any problem stitching your stone fabric, so trust me. I got mine from Everything Tailoring Port Harcourt. This is not a paid ad. No, it's not. So I'm going to turn off the other part. If you're enjoying this live, give me a thumbs up. That means a lot to me. Hello, hello. So now let me go ahead and do the second part. I'm going to finish up the upper parts. Let me show you the lower end that I have done. You can see how neat it is. So I'm going to do the same thing for this part. It's a cold shoulder bell sleeve. Cold shoulder bell sleeve. So once I finish with this one, I don't know the time right now. Hope it's not to 3:30. My children are in school and I need to go pick them up. So yeah, you can see how we stitched through the beads, like so easy. Not like cracking. See beads, see beads, see beads. I don't have business cracking it or trying to remove anything. If there is nothing else you picked here, how to match your lace up in case you do not get the exact color. Okay, another thing is knowing that there is a foot for beaded fabric in case you are not aware before now. Another one is Pattern drafting for bell sleeves. Pattern drafting for bell sleeve. Right. And then announcement for the live that I'll be hosting by 8 p.m. today, Nigerian time. 8 p.m. Nigerian time. So I've gone ahead to stitch this through. So this is what I have. So the usual thing is to use your steam iron with ironing clothes on top, please. You can iron here first, then turn over and iron. So after ironing, you go ahead and stitch your clothes. Let me just show you the whole thing before. You see how this thing touched the beads? You don't want that anyway, because it's going to distort your sewing. You see, it's distorting my sewing right now because it touched the beads. So that is what I mean the first time I said that. So I'm going to take a piece of fabric. Let me show you what I mean. I'm going to take a piece of fabric. My waistband is close to me, so that's where I picked these pieces from. So more like you're going to put the pieces like this, right? So put your lace like this, so that the foot will stitch from the pieces and just run over your lace. I hope this makes sense. Can you see that? So like this is not going to give you straight. Nobody told me that. I learned as I used the foot, and I'm giving it to you as an information on a platter, like so that you don't make the mistake I made before I learned this. So you have to, start sewing on the clear fabric that has no beads on it, or you start from the part of the beaded fabric that has no beads. But unfortunately, there's no weaving machine with this foot that you can use to avoid all of this. You see, I have stitched this into the. I need to remove this. Use the marks. Please don't allow it to enter your stitching. Okay. So because there is none like that, this is up to 1 inch seam allowance. You can go ahead and fold it twice, or you can start from here. You can fold it twice and stitch on it. Okay, so so I'm just bending it twice. You can equally use what is it called? You can equally use the net to turn up this rough edge. You can use net, because I don't know if plenty beads on this thing will disturb this layer like this. I don't know, but let me try. Usually I will use. So I think it's better to use your beaded lace, I mean the net, to turn it over. So I'm going to lose this now. I'm going to lose it. I hope it's not going to interfere with the whole thing. So, but I'm going to start up here to show you what I mean, because I'm ending this live in no time, guys. I'm ending it soon. So let me show you what I mean by using so just trim out. These are the nets that I cut out when I was. So I'm going to lose that beginning part actually. I'm going to lose it, but it's definitely not what I can do right now. I have to cut a more strip to take me that length, and even take me the next length actually. Okay. I wish I can finish up stitching like this. Let me check. This is big. The sleeve is even big. So I'm going to stitch it up again. Easy up to 4. I think I'm not going to stitch my head. I don't want to go through this rigorously. So I want to just use, I don't want to use scissors. I don't want it to dent the lace. But at this point, I don't think I have an option. Just use this lacing. So it's carefulness. Because I need to, like, so okay, this is it. The seam, sorry for the sluggishness here. I don't just want to dent the lace. I've already taken off this part. Okay, it's just remaining little parts of this. Okay, I don't want to dent the lace. It's coming off. We are almost there. So please, when you are doing this, don't do this. Just trim it to 1/2 inch seam allowance, and it can be annoying, and one can be impatient trying to use this. One can be impatient trying to use this. So I'm simply going to reduce the seam allowance. I think I'm going to manage it this way. You know, it was 1 inch while I was cutting. So if you have not seen the cutting tutorial, please, the pattern drafting and cutting, please look at it. So this is it. I'm supposed to remove here. I'm just trying to remove the excess bits here. Okay, so now I'm going to use this neck. So now I'm going to use this net like this and stitch. So I'm going to use this net like this. I have lots of interesting tutorials on the channel, even the last video that I posted, how to cut a blouse with asymmetric hemline. That blouse is so stylish. It's so stylish. So when you get here, just leave like half inch like this. This half inch, you're going to fold it in like this and continue sewing. So this is a better way of closing up this part, because you cannot weave it though, except if you want to weave it, that means you're going to crack here and it can dent the lace. It can dent the lace. So do well to watch the full tutorial. Okay, so you can see. So just fold over. So if you're doing this, just make it like 2 inches. This thing, it started on a stone. Started on a stone. Okay. I don't want this stone part to enter the thing I'm doing. I'm sewing. You can see what I'm doing. Okay. So you can see what we have. We're going to hold it like this. You can see what I'm doing. What I'm sewing is beaded lace. What I'm sewing is beaded lace, and you can see how easy it is sewing. I know Bavik accessories has this foot, but I got mine from Everything Tailoring Port Harcourt. That's where I got this beaded foot for beaded fabric. Okay. So this is it, and yeah, I'm done. So you can see how neat the inside is looking now. So because you can't take this to a weaving machine. So these are cold shoulder bell sleeve. I'm going to go ahead and iron it. Sorry, I'm with you. I need to iron, but because I don't even have all the time, I'll iron it later. But the best technique is to go place it like this, iron it, place it like this, iron here with your steam iron, place it also and iron. Let me get the blouse and attach this thing. Please remember to join the live by 8 p.m. The live by 8 p.m. So this is the blouse. I showed the blouse style at the beginning of this video. Please do well to check it and watch all through. I showed the blouse style at the beginning. Okay, cold shoulder bell sleeve blouse. It's a bustier cut, and I use this beaded foot to do everything I did here. You can see everything is looking neat, nothing like weakening your fabric. So now I'm going to place this part of here, and I'm going to be attaching it, or I can even start from here because it's with measurements, but here is bulky. I will use my hand and stitch this part. It's too bulky, letting off, cause wahala for me on the machine. It's too bulky, not because of the width, but because of the bulk, right? So I'm just going to stitch it on the lining. Later, that part I'll use hand and stitch it properly. So that's it. Oh my thread has caught. I have to fix it back. I didn't even know. So I have to fix it back. Okay, I've fixed it. So if you have a needle threader, you can still use it. I have it. I barely make use of it. So now I am stitching. You can see how I'm stitching beads. This is the beaded fabric. This is the easiest way to make a beaded fabric. I don't remove anything. I'm just stitching. Just as you can see that I didn't even remove anything. So here is a bit bulky. there are piles of fabric because this like by the side. So I'm going to be very careful here. Sometimes I have to roll it gradually till I pass there. I'll just be rolling the handle of my machine, okay, till I pass there. It will still be stitching. So you can see that it's rolling and sewing. It's sewing, so it's sewing, but it has cut. So those are the challenges of sewing something this bulky, right? So but it's worth it, sure. So when I reach a place like here, I'll quickly, the landing is coming in. When I reach a place like here, I'll quickly, so I'll stitch it through till I get to the back side is not really bulky, so I'll stitch it. Okay. So I've finished stitching. I've finished attaching. So for here, I'm going to use needle and thread though, and stitch two balls, and I don't want it to affect the machine. So, but the back side is well fixed. So if there is anything here, I'll use hand and stitch it. So you can see what I have. I think I will take you to the bay now so that you see it very well. This is the bell sleeve, cold shoulder, bell sleeve. Let me hold it with a pin. But because I'm not going to pack it now, I'll pack it later. And finish up the second sleeve later. I'm rushing off right now. So let me just hold this up, yeah, so you can see. So you can see. So let me go ahead and take you to the bay. Sorry, I'm going to take you to the table. Oh, so sorry. Taking you to the table so that you see what we have done so far, so perfectly well. So I'm going to finish up the second sleeve when I am back. So this is the bell sleeve. This is the bell sleeve. This is the cold shoulder. So for those that are just joining, let me just show you the blouse that we made. Let me say made because it's as good as done. So the only thing remaining is the zipper and then ironing it really nicely. Let me show you. Where's my phone? Okay. Let me show you. So this is the blouse we're doing. So this is the blouse. So you can see the neckline of the blouse. So I'm going to iron it up. Is the princess that I used to make it. And this is the cold shoulder sleeve. She said she doesn't want any extra beading on hers because her lace is already beautifully beaded. So I said, okay, why not? That is fine. So I attached this collar in the night. So now I decided to make the bell sleeves with you. So now that's the end of this tutorial for now. Till 8 p.m. today when I'll be drafting a corset. Yes, I'll be drafting Victorian conical corset with you by 8 p.m. A lot of people make Victorian corset like a bustier. The Victorian corset is not a bustier. So I'll be showing you what it looks like. You can see how this bustier is looking. Ample princess that bustier, how it is looking and standing even with the weight of this. So that's it, guys. I will see you by 8 p.m. Do well to join and do well to watch the videos on the channel. There are lots of interesting videos on the channel that you will learn a whole lot from. So this is our cold shoulder bell sleeve. I hope you can see it really well. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for joining my life, and I will see you later. I love you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you, everyone. I never had the time to look at all of the people that joined. Oh, hi. Hi, Maria, Liz, Agutier. I hope I'm pronouncing it well. Hi. I love you all, and I'll see you by 8 p.m. I hope to see you then. Thank you for watching. I love you all. Bye. Bye. Hi to all of you before I leave this live. Hi. I want to see if I can see any other person that could have chatted me. Hi everyone. I love you all. See you by 8 p.m. Bye-bye. So that you see the sleeve very well. Bye-bye.